Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Today we are back on the Mon Ultimate and gonna be racing around Sebring today. Welcome. Qualifying is just getting started, so do want to get heading out for that. Um, yeah, Sebring here for the final round. A track we have done in GTE cars before. We did the daily races. We did our first ever GTE races around here, so hopefully that might help us a little bit. But to counteract that, I didn't do a lot of practice. I kind of got held up with a couple of things, so I was late joining server. And then, just to make matters worse, my clutch, for whatever reason, wasn't being registered by the game. I don't know what exactly is going on with it, because there's no clutch indicator. But yeah, I had the clutch pulled in, car was stalling. Yeah, don't know. So yeah, that cost me a bit of time. I've just had to resort to auto clutch. Sebring, of course, we don't have to complete the out lap. We're straight onto a flying lap. Let's see what we can do. Not sure how to feel by today. As I said, not a lot of practice, but we have raced around here before in GTEs. Though from a little bit of practice I did get with GT3s, or GT3 traffic I should say, doesn't seem like we have good straight line speed. As up behind a Mercedes and a BMW, both of which I could not outdrag in a straight line, even sitting in their slipstream. It gives me worries for the race. Into the final sector then. Of our opening lap. Of course, tyre's a little bit cold. But hasn't felt too bad of a lap. As usual, I don't expect to be challenging top of the leaderboards. A little bit of a lock into sunset. Course line 201.4. Currently P2, but I'm sure plenty of people will improve, such as the 3 tenths we've already gained, 4 tenths even, in sector in the first corner. That's a little bit of time through turns 2 to 5. Could brake a little bit later. Roll a little bit more speed into the hairpin there. Just realized I overfueled slightly for what I was intending to do. Oh, I just locked the front right there as I went to turn in. Oh, like that, yeah. Proved by 6 tenths to Billy. I've dropped a lot of time on this second lap. It's not been a good sunset either. That's more time lost. Find another 1/10.5 through T1. Find some of the time back through that sequence. Nearly 4 tenths up now. Maybe a little overslowed for the right-hander there. Give up 3/4 of a tenth. Find half a tenth there through the right-hander, even with a little lock-up. Oh, we're 6 tenths off the next car in front. Oh, car just starting to understeer. I try and keep it quick. That's like, wow, that car took forever there to come to a stop. Car's up, new soft. Oh, for fuck. That's gonna cost me getting an actual good lap in now, isn't it? Yeah, well, that's 20 seconds. Yeah, that's gonna cost me again. Final lap in, which isn't good. Because kind of need it, because tires aren't up to temperature after just one corner. Yeah, not making the line in time. Trying to set the lap up, get a bit of temperature in. Gonna be difficult to improve here. In fairness, we are nearly 2 tenths up. Didn't carry good exit speed there. Fine bit time in that sequence, but it's not going to be enough to jump up from P6. Carrying more speed into sunset. Lower apex speed, but carrying more speed out. 5.5 tenths, it's not enough for any better than P6. Look at that, 3.5 tenths separates the top 5. We're 6 tenths off the pole time. I mean, I definitely could have got closer. Ooh, Corvette taking pole position. Yeah, I definitely could have got closer. Whether I could have got into the top 5, I'm not too sure. So yeah, let's make sure we have new tires. Put full fuel. So P6, nearly a second quicker than those behind. Are we nearly 2 seconds up on GT3s? Oh. Oh. That weather. Ew. Well then. Could be an interesting race. I was talking a bit with some people about the forecast, because of course we had that Spa race on Saturday where we got caught out by didn't think the rain was going to be so sudden, shall we say. Was in strategy, thought it was going to come a little bit later. I meant that I made the wrong strategy call. Apparently forecast is roughly, if it shows rain, it'll be within 10 minutes. It's not super precise. It's not like ACC where it's down to the second precise. But generally it's about within 10 minutes.
Formation lab has started.
Feels so weird to not be using clutch. So getting ready for the start. P6, third row of the grid. Really with Heidlichting qualifying, there's a gap in front of us, gap behind us. So it's really about holding this position, it seems. Who knows what weather will come into play, what GT3s will do for us. Waiting for the start now.
Green flag, green flag.
Probably our best start of the series, I'd say. Nearly looking 4 wide up the inside of us. That's a little bit scary. I'm glad no one really sent it in. But we are up to P5. The Aston Martin had a poor start. Corvette's held on to the lead. It is Corvette, Porsche, Corvette, Porsche, Porsche. Of course, the important factor here is to not lock up, not ruin the tyres. Sebring, quite a hard tyre wear track, especially for running a soft compound. Could definitely be braver on the brakes into sunset, like I was in qualifying. Yeah, just losing touch from the cars in front of us. Don't push it too hard through T1 like the Aston did. Skybox has been weird throughout practice and the race. It's been sort of flickering. Murder in front. That's 2 free places. So the Aston is keeping up with us, but seem to be dropping the cars behind them a little bit, which is good. A little bit wide through sunset. Actually, not too bad compared to cars in front, pace-wise. Aston's still getting brave. On the outside T1. A little bit of a lock into T2. Yeah, of course we had to avoid that instant last lap, which cost us a little bit of time. Yeah, that little lockup. Down to 16. Better line 3 sunset. Fastest lap of the race. Not expecting that. The cars around us could very well be saving fuel, which we're not. I can't just that lock into T2. I feel like the Aston is going to go for a move at some point. Definitely, you know, gaining in the slipstream on straights. I'm not exactly sure to be flawless, but the Aston's made a mistake now. Closing up a little bit on the cars in front. But they are sort of fighting each other. Not fuel sieving? Yeah, I haven't practiced it, and I kind of just want to see what my pace can be like without fuel saving. Because I know if I do fuel save, I am going to go slower. Like, fuel saving, yeah, if you can't save a bit of fuel and go as quickly, but it needs a little bit of practice. And that's not practice I've had. I want to lock up into that right-hander. Luckily the lockup wasn't too bad, but of course still cost me a second. Brings the Aston back onto my tail. feel like I'm struggling with a little bit of understeer through sunset. Front two starting to pull away a little bit now. Just snatched the front right as I hit the brakes, but better turn in to turn 2. Purple first sector. Too much inside curb there. Porsche really piling the pressure on leading Corvette. Snatched the front right there for a little moment, but pulled away a little bit from the Aston. Yeah, sunset feels like my weakest corner at the moment. Here comes rain. I think I just looked the front right there. Is that the Porsche going for a move? Corvette's pitting. Interesting. It's only a drizzle. We do have stormy weather coming soon. But it's only a drizzle. It hasn't really affected the track yet. Knocked the front right as I hit the brakes. Luckily got off the brakes timely enough to not destroy the front right. Now I've just put a little flat spot on that front right. Just starting to lock it a bit more and more. Aston didn't really commit properly to that move. I was kind of hoping they would. We've let them have the position, really. See, now the track's damp. And just going an extra few laps will make it easier to get to the end of the race. Understeering the car's not feeling great. Okay, just that front right as I want to turn in. Bringing the brake bias backwards to try and make myself a little bit more comfortable. Still too early for wets. Yeah, I'm struggling in these damp conditions a bit more. Oh, the understeer. Oh yeah, I've hurt the front tires quite a bit. Aston's gonna go for the move finally. I just look the front right there. Now there's a gap. Yeah, just it's about 10 seconds away. Flat spot's pretty bad. Still think it's a bit early. Actually, that would have been the perfect lap. It's just changed to light rain. especially with how much I'm struggling with front tires. Any grip in T1, please? And now it's standard rain. Flat spot is very bad. I just can't slow the car down into there. Car just instantly locks. The Aston's had a moment as well. Though they cannot touch the brakes without that front right locking now. It's atrocious. Yeah, I should have pitted previous lap. New wets, full fuel. I can't even stop it for the pit box. Oh dear, that was abysmal. Now, I haven't done any wet practice. I think these are my very first wet laps in a GTE car. So yeah, this is going to be a bit difficult. Bit of a learning experience. Aston's got lift off to S3, which is greatly appreciated. Two cars just in front of us. We can maybe get back into P4. Ferrari's gone off, so that's one place. Now I've an Aston Martin, different Aston than we were fighting. Are they? They're 19 seconds up the road. Yeah, the weather has hit Stormy. Half-second quicker than the car in front last lap. Oh, and Aston's going for a spin. So that is P4. It's all about surviving in these conditions. Not necessarily going quickly, just surviving. Interesting to know if the GT3s are going quicker than the GTs. Obviously, they have ABS, so they can be a bit more confident under braking. You know, they're not scared of locking up. And 15-second gaps to the cars in front. Yeah, I don't think we're closing that down. But 2.5 seconds quicker than P3. Lock the front right again. Oh, my car's gone. Oh, that went. Well, yeah, again, no point in thinking about P3. We're over a second quicker than the Ferrari last lap. I suppose let's not get too confident. Track, I think, yeah, track's now hit as wet as it can be. I think TC needs to be turned up a bit. Understeer. I swear a wet track just makes all the cars understeer. I think that's why I don't enjoy the rain on this game. It's mostly understeer 3 corners. Just doesn't feel fun to me. Look how wet it is. Are certainly closing in on the Ferrari. Nine tenths quicker. Car behind was a second quicker though. Getting into the spray now. On tail end of the Friday night. Question is, where we going to be able to make a move? Oh, Corvette in front in third place has had a moment. Show the nose, give the Ferrari a bit of a scare. He's bravest onto the brakes into the hairpin. Fry was a little bit braver with the inside line, was able to hold on. Fry's definitely braver on the brakes. It's not necessarily making them quicker. This next Porsche is going to be up behind us by the time we get past Fry for sure. Trying to get the best exit that we can. Fry very early on the brakes into sunset, and we get the move done. I thought the Fry was going to try and come back at us, being so early on the brakes, but was unable to. And now we have clear air to see how quickly we can go. GT3 rejoining after having issues. Question is, how quickly will the Porsche behind get the move done on the Fry, and can we catch the Corvette in front? Corvette in front certainly seems to be struggling. Might have damage. Might have hurt their tyres. Might be fuel saving because they were the first car to pit. $19.4 for the Corvette in front. 17.5, nearly 2 seconds quicker. At that rate, we definitely can chase down the Corvette. Make sure we do that though, without making any mistakes. Rain has decreased back down to drizzle, so the track is getting quicker. Porsche's got in front of the Ferrari behind. Does say Stormy again on the forecast. rain has stopped. But as we catch up to this GT3, we're going to be in their spray for a little bit. .2 seconds quicker than the Corvette. GT3 Aston sideways across the track. Ooh, that curb really rotated the car. Looked front right up. I was too scared to go for the brake because I'd just run into the Mustang in front. Mustang lifts to let us through. Still cost us a bit of time. Still have gained 1.5 seconds on the Corvette in front, but losing time to the Porsche behind. And that lockup could be costly. Just make the rest of this stint a struggle. Watch the grass. Can definitely be a little braver on the brakes into the hard pin now. GT3 off with the right-hander coming up. Porsche's dropped back this lap. Oh, that Mustang's holding them up. Bit of a front right lock up there, but we've still got the car turned into sunset pretty well. Now we're only 3 seconds back and we're coming up to a bit more GT3 traffic. 2.5 seconds gained that lap. Forecast says no more rain. So track is just going to be drying out till the end. This Lexus not making it easy. I don't know if the Corvette tapped the Lexus there. Either way, Lexus has spun. I mean, defending into T1 probably wasn't the greatest idea when you have the fight for P3 right behind you. Corvette's very early on the brakes. There comes the Porsche as well. Oh, they're pitting, for goodness sakes. I tried to leave the Porsche a bit more room, but the understeer just sort of kicked in. I've damage? There is literally no damage on the damage indicator. Yeah, there isn't a gap there. Yeah, I'm not holding on to this Porsche. Just go back out of that one, not risk an instant. I'm going to assume it's going to be a 34 lap race because I'm not really... The lap counter's kind of been very close to jumping up a lap recently in the final pit sequence. So it'd be 8 laps to go. I'll go change tires. Might get track position. And yeah, 53 liters, I think she just to the end. Porsche's putting in a little bit more fuel than we have. And they're going to have to make that move once again. Track is drying up in places, but still fairly wet in others. Front tires did not like that amount of brake pressure. See, like it's gone up to 34 laps. Cars in front pitting. So this seems like it's going to be the battle for the rest of our race. Porsche was second quicker. I'm not sure if traffic was kinder to it. Yeah, Porsche just seems more confident, carrying more speed through corners. Again, a little bit of slipstream here from BMW, which is helping us out. It could very well hinder us. That's a bit of a sand. But kind of had to do it with how early the BMW braked. Oh, we're tight on fuel. Yeah, like a much more apex speed. Porsche has their front tires are in a better state than mine. It's going to be very difficult to go around the outside. If they do have better front tires. Nope. That didn't last for long. Lock up into wherever that turn is. Has given us another shot to hold on to P3. You can see in the bottom left we are pretty tight on fuel. Tire's starting to overheat now too. Didn't lose too much time to GT3 traffic there, which is important if we want to hold on to P3. 5 laps to go. Look how much that Lexus closed up in the braking zone. Having ABS just allows them to have that confidence. Lock up for myself. Kept on the track at least. Not gonna be doing that front right tire any good. Oh, it looks like Porsche's made another mistake. They're now 14 seconds back. And so long as we don't make one ourselves, we should be clear to take P3 home. Just might need to save a little bit of fuel. Must say, things with the weather, all the mistakes we've seen. Field really has spread out this race. Which is a bit of a shame. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Five minutes to go. 3 laps to go. Have another couple of GT3s to pass. But we're not in any rush to do so. Time to consider dry tires? Yeah, sure. It's penultimate lap for the race. Cities lets us through. Gonna be crucial how much fuel we cross the start finish line with here. Oh, we've 0.2 to spare. GT3 has had another moment at this right-hander. Has certainly proved to be a difficult corner this race. Quite a few people making mistakes at it, including ourselves. Yeah, with just a sector to go here. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was a great race on my half. A couple of mistakes. Could have made a better strategy call on that first pit stop. You know, without that, we maybe could have got P2 this race. But then again, you know, a lot of other people made mistakes. You know, there's that instant that took third and fourth out in front of us that allowed us to get into third place for the first time in the race. But it was nice to have a bit better pace. We did hold fastest lap at one point. And there we go, 0.2 litres left at the end of that race. Quick donut, well, half donut you could say, before we run out of fuel. Yeah. Only 2/10 off the fastest lap in the end, of course, didn't really have much of a chance to improve upon that when after the rain came in about 10 laps in. But yeah, we had a faster lap than first and second. The pace was there. The consistency, not quite. Not quite there this race, but a good race. Look at that. First GT3 up in P6 shows you just how eventful of a race it is, you know. And they were only one lap off the lead in GTE. Yeah, that wet weather, I think, certainly. Well, I don't know. It certainly helped them with pace, I think. Well, maybe. I mean, I think it depends. The rain certainly spread the field out. The good drivers were still quick. Slower drivers, less experienced drivers struggled more. And I think that's why you see this sort of mix between GT3, GTE. You know, I mean, you know, they're staggered from, you know, first in, you know, for 3 pairs there. Quite a few DNFs, unfortunately. Well, out of 33 starters, only 25 have finished, so 8 DNFs. But yeah, not bad. I think P3, maybe a little bit, you know, maybe other people deserved a podium a little bit more, but ultimately it fell into our hands, and yeah. Not bad, not bad. It's a nice way to finish. I mean, I still don't really enjoy the rain, especially in wet weather. Like, the understeer just wasn't that fun. I mean, that can also partly be a fixed setup issue that sort of plays into that a bit as well. But the amount of understeer, you know, like I will say Sebring wasn't as bad, you know, through some of the little sort of the left-handers after that sort of 90 right that quite a few people, including myself, had issues at. You know, you could feel the rear starting to go. Sort of those traction corners, yeah, the rear did slide around a little bit, but through any corner, any actual corner that you were braking into, just understeer. Felt so front limited. And yeah, it just doesn't feel that fun. But yeah, it was nice to be on pace for once. It's sort of a bit of a nice relief. Um, so yeah, and I mean, I'll never be truly happy with the result because of the mistakes, but we'll take it. We'll take it for sure. As always, we'll jump into Art of Rally to finish off today's stream. We'll do both the daily and weekly events. Yesterday, we got 55th, top 15%. Not that great. We've not had a good couple of stages. Let's see if we can do better today. Group A, Indonesia, the 2.5 kilometer stage. Shortest stage in the game. Possible to do sub 1 minute. Let's see how close we can get to that. I'm glad they were destructible. Final corner will be sub-minute, 57.8, very short, very quick stage, very enjoyable, only 37th. Only 37th. I suppose being such a short stage, people know it a bit better, and are able to maximise performance on it a bit more. Yeah, I thought it might be a little better up. Didn't feel that bad of a run. It was a little bit wide at one corner. Might have got a couple more places, but yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Let's have a look at the weekly event then. Last week we got 66th again, not that great, top 10%, but not as good as the 28th and 38th that we were alternating prior. Let's see what we can do this week. Group S at Norway, starting with a 4.8 kilometer stage. Let's see what we can do. Very technical stage this. Has a lot of these tight, acute corners. Oh dear, hit something there on the inside. Got away with it though. Bit of a mind on the inside of that right-hander, preventing us from cutting it. There we go then, 2 minute 8.7. 14th, top 3%. That's a really good start. It's going to be difficult to keep this up, to be honest. 10.8 kilometer stage up next. I think this runs on the ice a bit. Could have been river through there. I just didn't trust that the car was going to turn in. Little hidden jump there. Welcome, Marble. You got P6 on skill alone. Nicely done. Couple of cuts there. That settled the car, but kind of worked out in our favor. At least we've had nice landings from the jumps so far. Take that jump bit easier, just so we don't overshoot the right-hander that immediately followed it. Felt like the car didn't turn in there. And stage then 240.3. Fallen down 16th. Top 4%. That's alright. Now we have a 4.4 kilometer stage. Start second half. We'll clean the car. As you can see, this one's a bit more technical again, like the first stage. That was not a good change of direction through that chicane. Nearly hit that tree, or the gantry. Ideal. A little bit messy towards the second half of that. But 135.0 means we remain in 16th place, 2 tenths behind the car in front, half second off the car in 14th, and 1.5 second gap to the car behind. So maybe good stage here. We can maybe make up a position or two. But no mistakes, we shouldn't lose any positions. What was that? 6.2 kilometer mixed surface stage. Bit of tarmac to change things up here at the end. Maybe could have been braver through some of those corners. That's messy. Now we're into the high-speed tarmac section. Has certainly been anything but clean. Thus sliding sideways, 150.1, didn't feel the best, but it was enough to get up to 15th. And to get back into top 3%. Happy with that. Happy with that. Happy to turn things around. After a couple of disappointing days, and they were nice to get back up towards the top. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's stream. Of course, there's still a few days left. Just over 3 days left in the weekly event there. So plenty of time for us to drop down, but hopefully with that performance, hopefully don't drop down too much. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream, and that is it for the GTC series from SRL. Yeah, it was just a short 3-week series, which, not gonna lie, I'm not too fussed that it's done. It hasn't been a great series for me. Struggle a little bit with pace, too many mistakes. But hey, finally started to show some pace here at the final round. Of course, having done Sebring before in GTEs as our first daily races and first ever races in the GTE cars. Yeah. So yeah, that was, I suppose, a good way to end off. Though still messy, still not the greatest of races for myself. So yeah, it could have been better, but oh well, we'll take it. We got fastest lap momentarily, not by the end. We did lose it the next lap, I think, or it might have been 2 laps later. But we did hold it for at least 1 lap, which yeah, is nice. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So no streams probably next Wednesday, but we of course still have our IndyCar series on Assetto Corsa running on Tuesdays. That is only halfway through, 3 more weeks, with the first oval. The first and only oval of the series next week at Phoenix. Should be quite interesting. Should hopefully be a bit of fun. And this weekend we hope we'll have at least one Assetto Corsa race. It will most likely be on Saturday evening. Might get into Sunday one as well, but it's unlikely. yeah, we will see how that goes. Um, but yeah, of course, a couple of Goodwood Revival inspired races this weekend. Yeah, they will be starting at about quarter to. They'll be starting about 20 to 7 p.m. or by half six, let's say. Half 6 p.m. UK time. Most likely Saturday, very 50-50 on Sunday. Um, so, yeah. Um, that's going to be it. Thank you, Geeky. Thank you, Artie, for popping in, chatting. But thank you to those that lurked for its stream. Hope you all enjoyed the race and the Bev Rally at the end as usual. Hopefully, I'll see you at the weekend for some Goodwood Revival races. If not, I'll hopefully see you next Tuesday for our next IndyCar race. Till then, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good weekend if I don't see you throughout it, and a good start to your next week. Till next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.